Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat, and I am back for the hashtag 50 Stack Challenge 4. This is the fourth one of these challenges. There is a playlist for each of the other challenges if you're interested in watching those. What I do each week is I draw 2 prompts out of my little paper bag, and all the prompts are in here for each challenge. I do all the prompts ahead of time and put them in the bag, so I don't know what I'm going to be drawing. That's kind of the whole premise of it. And so I draw 2 prompts, and then the idea is to make 2 pieces of ephemera that week. That way, after 25 weeks, you will have a stack of 50 pieces of ephemera to use in journals or whatever. If you'd like to do collages more, do collage, whatever. You can do whatever you want. So for example, last week I drew St. Patrick's Day. I have already shipped off the tags that I made. They went into a folio, a St. Patrick's Day folio that I made. So I don't have those to show you, but I made some just tags with St. Patrick's Day images on them. And then number 10 was Easter, so I made this little flip book that could attach onto the side of a journal page with a paper clip or go in a pocket or however, but it's 2 loaded tags, and these tags come from My Porch Prints. So it, yeah, just a fun little thing. I just hinged them together with a piece of coffee dyed paper, and then they're loaded up with all kinds of Easter goodies to go in an Easter journal. The theme for this challenge is journal themes, or things that you could make like a whole journal out of. However, if you, for instance, see this St. Patrick's Day and you're like, I don't celebrate St. Patrick's Day, I'm not going to make a whole journal for St. Patrick's Day, you can do a few things. You can not do that one for that week, or you can make it just maybe use some green ephemera, or green images or something like that, and just make a tag that you might use in some other type of journal. It's up to you because you're building your stash, not my stash. So you can choose to do them, not do them, whatever each week. It doesn't matter to me. There's no rules. It's just meant to be fun. You can use any bases that you want to use. You can use any, obviously, decorative pieces you want to use. So don't feel like you have to get pigeonholed into, oh, I have to, have a leprechaun on it. You don't. You can do something that has to do with spring or something like that. So you can modify the prompts so that they work for you, so that you can get your whole stack of 50 pieces of ephemera. Okay. So that is that all taken care of. So I'm going to draw 2 more. I'm going to mix them around a little bit so I keep ending up with like very similar things. I probably still will, but whatever. All right, so I had one. Number 11 will be tea. So like a tea themed journal is what I'm thinking here. I need a pen. Forgot that part. Okay, so tea is number 11. You could even just have use some tea stained paper or something like that. Again, if you're like, I'm not making a whole tea journal, yeah, just use some tea stained paper and that will work. Or you could have an image of someone drinking some tea, and you could use that in any journal. So, alright, dropping. Okay, number 12 is mixed media. So whatever that means to you. I'm dropping everything everywhere. Okay, number 12, mixed media. Whatever that means. Usually mixed media just means like you're using a bit of paint, maybe a piece of fabric. You're putting it on a card or paper tag. Do you see what I'm saying? You're using multiple things. You're not just using paper. So, it can be that simple, like a little snip of fabric on your piece, or some paint on your piece, whatever you want to do, however you interpret mixed media. Don't make it hard. You can make something that you would normally make and then maybe use splatter paint on it. Just that counts as mixed media, okay? So don't feel like, oh my gosh, I don't even know how to do that, okay? Just do it your way. And it's right, because you're just making yourself some ephemera, right? So number 11 is tea. Number 12 is mixed media. And I'll be right back. Okay, I am back with tea and mixed media. Real quick, I'm going to show you these papers just because some of you may be interested. If not, you can fast forward. This is my old Grungy Paper digital, and I did this. It was a request by Carol Laws to go with the pieces of the past and places of the past digital downloads. Obviously, sorry, I have a frog in my throat. Obviously, this will go with really any kit you have if you're doing, you know, vintage look or old, like tea dyed, coffee dyed paper. But that's what I created these for. She wanted more backing papers and things like that. So that's what this is. And so I just want to show you guys, it is in the shop. If you are interested in having some more, you know, just whatever kind of neutrally backgrounds that you can use. There's 12 pages. It's one of my 12-page kits, a lot like the embroidery and all that. So just want to show you those. They're available. And then we have tea. So we'll do tea first. And I have lots of pieces and parts to these, so hopefully I've gotten it all organized, but if I don't and I have to grab something, I apologize. So hugs and blessings to Beverly, Cindy, and Sandy. Love you guys. Thank you for your always kind comments and you know, support and watching every day and all of that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really do appreciate it. I love comments. I love to read comments and chat with you guys. So definitely, if you get a minute, do that. And even if you don't have a lot of time and you're like, I hate making comments, just even if you put a smiley face, that helps my channel a ton. So I thank you for that in advance. So I have this. These are from my Spillin' Tea digital. So one of the pages looks like this. You get the tags and they're pretty good size pieces. So if you have a big pocket or whatever you're trying to fill, these are great, and they're great background. But anyway, it's Spillin' Tea because I did all the tea staining and everything on it, and like I drew these funny little spilled tea cups and all that, and there's papers with little tiny spilled tea cups everywhere because my daughter at that time, well, she still does it, but was saying, Mom, I have tea to spill, you know, whenever she had a story to tell me or a gossip or whatever, I have tea to spill. So that's what started this whole thing. So then I did the Spillin' Tea set. So this is in that as well. It's the Old Maid's Tea Party. So we're going to put that behind our cup. This is one of the original images. It was in the folder with all of my, you know, the pages and stuff that were left over from making my journal. And that's one of Tracy Fox's tea cards, and this is just old paper, obviously. So that'll go back there. Was that all the pieces on that? No. And then I have a little piece of tea bag and a little piece of fabric with tea stamped on it. I just stamped it with those little you know, single letter, I don't know where they went, but anyway, you know, you can spell out whatever you want is what I'm trying to say. If the words would come out of my face, it would be great. So we're going to just kind of put those sort of like they were. And this is printed on cardstock, so it doesn't need any backing unless you would want to. Sorry, garbage truck going by. So I'm just going to put that up there. And these cards are kind of cool because you can flip them either direction since they're just kind of a neutral background. I needed to glue these down first, but as you can see, I did it all backwards like always. It's mostly because I wanted to put this under here. And I think I'll put the tea card over. So we're just having all kinds of tea references here today. I love these tea cards of Tracy Fox's. I shrunk these down. They're normally bigger than this, but I wanted a little smaller, almost like a stamp in a way. So I hope you guys are doing good. It is yucky, cloudy, bleh here today. So yeah, bleh, you know. I'm going to move that up over there because I don't want all the rows to get totally blocked out. That's a bummer. Okay, so I'm going to go like that. So yeah, other than that, it's been a great day. Just been trying to find all the parts to do this is mostly what I did. I ran to the post office and that's really all. Had a little lunch. Exciting stuff. My exciting life. It's fine. I like it not exciting. I like it when there's no trauma, drama, any of the things. I'm an introvert, so quiet and calm is my jam. This I did on watercolor paper, so it's pretty thick, but it gives it some nice dimension. It's so funny how just somebody saying something like, you know, my daughter saying she had tea to spill, it like gets your brain ticking on ideas for art or digitals or, you know, whatever the thing is that you like to create. It's just kind of fun. I think I might staple that with my tiny attacher. So this one went together pretty fast. I mean, it helped. I had all this stuff handy dandy. I could have stapled it to the card, which is always a possibility, but I kind of want it to not have the staple on the back where it can scratch your fingers, because I don't like that. So I'm going to put quite a bit of glue right here where the staple is so that hopefully it will hold. I don't want to put glue all over everything because you probably just saw me lift up the T, the word T, and I think that's kind of fun if you can lift it, you know, just a little to see the T under there on the bag. And that's just a tea bag that I saved and took the tea leaves out of and kept the paper, let it dry and kept the paper. Okay, so just like boom, like that, I have a fun, super fun journaling card to tuck into a pocket. This size one would be great for a belly band because that's going to take up most of the page. So yeah, there's my tea. Put her over here. And then we're going to do, I'm going to put my pin back in here because this glue is being crazy. Mixed media. So for that, I had a request from my lovely friend Heidi to do this. I think it was this pocket that you were talking about, Heidi. I hope. If not, let me know and we'll do another one. But I did the book page pockets, and I think I'm going to try to do that here and there fairly, you know, regularly. And they might not always be book page, but you know what I mean? Like do some kind of pocket idea video just so that we can have those in our mind more frequently. So she asked me if I would do this one. So I'm going to do this for my mixed media. And what this is, I'm just going to go ahead and untie that, is it's supposed to kind of look like just a stack of papers on your desk or whatever. You know what I mean? It's just like a hodgepodge, whatever, of things. So if you take out these tags, it sort of just looks like a pile of stuff, you know, laying there. So it's just kind of fun. So I'm going to do something similar to this. It's not going to be exactly like this because for one, I probably couldn't make it look exactly like this again. And two, I want to do one that'll go with the, what do you call it? The places and pieces of the past digitals, I'm going to use those. So something that could go in a journal. If I use those to make a journal, which I think I'm going to do next, I will be using them together. Wow, my brain just blanked out there. Okay, so this is all those pockets, and then you can open it and you'll see there's a thumb notch there. So you would glue this to your journal page and then you have a pocket back there too. So we're going to do something very similar but different because I don't want to do the exact same one again. But the how-to of it will end up being, you know, pretty close to the same. I mean, it's going to be a little different, but so I have a piece of old sewing instructions, the instructions that come with the sewing pattern. So that's what this is. It's just a piece of it, and you can use whatever you like. You don't even have to have, this was just the stack of stuff, and then I hinged it with music page to this other invoice type thing. So this one's more like invoices. This is a petty cash. There's ledger, you know, maybe more of a businessy forms, things like that. And there's a lot of digitals out there that you can get if you don't have any of these things. If you're like, I don't have any of that, you can get digitals of old looking forms and postcards and things like that to use. So no worries. You can use new stuff too. You can do this same look, because I'm going to do it right now, using scrapbook paper. I'm using a digital, but you can use scrapbook paper, whatever kind of paper. If you have old book page, like the old magazines, things like that, you can use that. This is book page that I painted with gesso. Oh, I wanted to do that, by the way, on this background, which might be a problem because then we're gonna have to let it dry. So let me do that, and then if I can pause the video and get it dry. So I'm just using Liquitex Basic Acrylic Gesso in white. Not clear, I like the white. But of course, you may use the kind that you like. All right, so I just am gonna use an old gift card, get it on the edge, and we're gonna put a little on here. It's just to add some interest, and I know I'm gonna get that all over, so I'm gonna put this ugly old piece of paper under here. Yeah, just regular old gesso. So this is kind of where my mixed media is coming in, right? Because I'm using gesso on paper, and this is also going to strengthen. So you'll notice I'm going on the spine right here, because that's going to help kind of strengthen that spine of that. And I'm not being precious, because it's not about like I have to cover every edge or anything. But this will allow me to have, I'm going to do a little in here for writing spots, but you can still sort of see the pattern through it, but I can also write on that. Oh, that wasn't very smart. And I'm going to do the same thing right now, stick it on this side, but it's okay. But, you know, at least I've got some space to write on if I want to. Okay, remove that. I'm going to get this dry, and I will be back. Okay, I'm back, and this is dry, and I did a couple other pieces just the same way, so you didn't like miss anything major. But anyways, I'm going to put some tape on here, some of that faux old tape. Sorry, I'm shaking everything because it's attached to where the camera's attached to, of course. Yeah. So we're going to use this, and this is just, if you don't know, Scotch tape that has alcohol ink on it. And I'm going to kind of go sideways and this ways and that ways, because this is not going to be pristinely perfect. And I figured out if you take one of these, you can kind of rub some of this stuff off. Okay, well, it's not working right now, but you can. It is a little, just not a lot. You can do it with your fingernail too. Okay. And then take another one and go up a little higher. There are a few spots where this is a really old, well, I mean, it's my age, but from the 70s sewing pattern that my mom made my sister and I clothes with. I think it was more my sister, because it was a, I don't know, she may have made, there's a smaller girl's dress on it too. So anyway, just my sister's older than I am. So But anyways, it's an old pattern instructions, so it's wanting to fall apart. Aren't we all? Just gonna put okay. All right, so then when I fold it in the middle, then you'll be able to see, maybe if I can get it to fold in the middle after gessoing and taping it, you'll be able to see that tape on the edge. And it will help hold our fragile paper together, hopefully. That's the idea anyway. It's not wanting to fold there. There we go. Okay, stay down. Okay, and then you saw me ink this. I'm going to put this down here. I might shorten it just a little bit more. And this is just kind of like, put your papers on however they work for you. I actually need to start with the, you have to go in the right order, because if you glue these down first, then you can't get the ones behind it. Oh, but you got to kind of lay it out and figure out how you want it. This postcard is in the Places of the Past digital. So that's where that's coming from. I'm going to grab my cutter. So it kind of looks a little bit torn. I'm going to go a little crooked. Am I going the right way? Sorry. I think this is the right way. Where's my tear? Yeesh. So something kind of like this is what I'm going for. And we're going to wrap it up. Yeah, you kind of want to lay it out first, because otherwise you could end up with all manner of craziness happening. Not that that's, you know, the end of this world or anything. Just, I need a thumb notch in that. This probably could get strengthened with a piece of paper at the top. Would probably be a good idea before I do that. Hold on. Use a little glue page. So we're just going to put more glue. It doesn't matter. Oh my gosh. Just because it's a, it's just copy paper. It's a nicer, thicker copy paper, not super thick though. So just want to make sure we're not gonna rip it if possible. I need to get the lid back on this. So many things. And then we'll do our thumb notch. Now you could make these have a whole bunch of pockets if you wanted to, because basically all you have to do is glue on like 3 sides, however you orient it, to make a pocket. So I'm putting this kind of just as a backer and as another layer because it kind of looks interesting to see the different layers under there. But you can you know, you could turn this into a pocket, and then when you put this one on, it would be another pocket. You know, you could just keep going. I generally just do like a pocket, and then the top pocket, but it's totally up to you. You could, you know, make this one a pocket too, if you wanted to. Just don't glue it down all the way. And this is also in the Places of the Past digital. just, you know, this one's a little more like things that you might find in grandma's attic or an old abandoned house if there was, you know, papers left there or whatever. Whereas that other one that I showed you, the original, is more like maybe old things you would find on a desk or something like that. But the way you make them is, you know, same. We're going to need to strengthen that too. I didn't think of all that. Sorry. These are all things that happen when you start putting it together and realize it doesn't have everything it needs yet, because it's a lighter weight paper. Now this one you could use more as a little bit of a side tuck because this corner's ripped off, but I am going to do a thumb notch, and that is only because the way this all stacks up, it can be a little confusing where the pockets are. So, but you can do it however you like. I'm going to bring this one out a little more so it's like another, you know, layer. And then the last one, I can't remember what I was going to do for the last bit. What did I do with the green? Oh, I painted it. That's what I did with it. Okay, so I just have this piece of dictionary page that I've folded. I think it's a little wet still, right here. Dictionary page that I've folded crooked. So you can see it's just folded crooked. And you could do this piece the same as you did this piece right here. You don't have to do them all different sizes. And I know I'm not giving you sizes because this is really a, depending on the size of postcard you have, depending on the size of your journal, it's kind of a what you have thing more than me sitting here saying it's 7 inches or whatever, if you see what I mean. So that's gonna go right up against there. This is gonna come here. This one's gonna go there. And wherever it hangs over, I will just snip little bits off. This one I think I will turn into a pocket. And then this I was gonna put behind more as just a piece of something for interest than a pocket. So I think I might just kind of, so this piece isn't really anything, it's just a decorative piece. And this came out of some scrapbook paper I had. But you just want to put something up there that's going to look kind of interesting. Because this is plain, that's why I decided I wanted that. You can totally do it however you want. Okay, so I'm going to have to strengthen this edge because this is just dictionary page. I know this one's really hard to show other people because it's, like I said, it's not like you're going, okay, now you're going to cut exactly this size and you're going to put this up here like this. It's sort of a, I don't know, just wing it and try to put all different things on one piece of paper and make it look, you know, like a stack of papers or a bunch of papers together. It doesn't really matter how you do it. There's not a right or wrong with it. It's sort of meant to look like a big hot mess, you know what I mean? It just is. Oh, I put it on the wrong side. Such a dork. I don't know if I can get that off there. Oh, I did. Thank you. Ay. Were you yelling at me? I didn't hear you. I'm sorry. I'm such a dingling. It's okay. I'm actually going to leave that little piece of paper there and just kind of ink it. It's just another layer. But we are going to have to wipe this part off because it's gluey. I mean, that could be another pocket back there if you wanted it to be, but I'm just going to have it as one. But we don't want it to stick. Don't stick over there. I'm going to bring it all the way up to here. And we're going to put a thumb notch here before I forget. Almost did. You witnessed it. So again, you want to start at the top and move your way down, because otherwise you're going to make it so you can't put pockets in, if you see what I mean. So I'm going to put that one right there. That's going to be our first one. So first thing I'm going to do is glue along the bottom and side. That's going to be a bugaboo right there. And I'm also going to glue this side and along here and along this bottom. That way it'll all get closed, you know, one way or another it's going to get closed. So I'll just go like that. Flip it over. And then we're going to put glue all over the back. Like I said, you could make this yet another pocket. I don't want that many pockets, but you definitely could. So I'm not turning it into a pocket or another pocket. So I hope you guys understand this when I'm done. It is a hard one to like tell other people how to make. And then there's these parts like this, and I'm just gonna let those do their thing. Because I like that. Okay, so there's one pocket. So let's see, do we have a tag that'll fit in there? I shrunk some of these tags down. We want that one to stick. Stick up the top and then open right here, which it's not wanting to because I put that glue there. But you won't put the glue there because you'll be smarter than me. And because this tag is not very tall, you're probably going to want to put something at the top of the tag just so it doesn't go bye-bye and into the netherlands of your pocket. So now I'm rethinking this, and I'm thinking I might want to put this up a little higher. That's why I was saying you might want to make your pocket like lay it out and stuff first, because things change. Because I decided to have that pocket going that way, I need this over here more. So this one I'm going to glue down on 3 sides, and you can have them going whatever direction you want, you know, this way, that way, however. The possibilities are endless. You could have some side tuck ones if you wanted. I mean, you can turn any piece of paper into a pocket just depending on how you glue it. So just have fun with it. Whoopsie. I don't think I've ever done that. It was like, I don't know if it was slippery from the gesso or what. That was weird. Now I have to make sure that pocket's going to be open after smearing glue everywhere. So then there's another pocket. Okay. And then this one I'm going to bring over this way a little more. I might go ahead and do a side tuck there since I can, since there's room. Why not? And like I said, I do the thumb notches. You don't have to if you want it to be more like a secret-y sort of thing, but this paper is pretty thick because of the gesso that's on it. But I want to be able to see, yes, there is indeed a pocket there. So that's, again, personal preference if you want it more of a hidey type thing where it's, you can't see it. Only you know it's there. If it's your journal, you know. this one will essentially be all glued down. We're going to tilt it a little because we have this over here that is ruffly. And then this one, I strengthened it, I forgot. Scoot there, I think. And we're gonna add some other little bits of paper. Oh, that's hanging off. I did not do that very well. I don't want that to hang off, so I'm gonna tilt it a little back. And we're gonna add some other little bits, so it's not done yet. Oh, I didn't even ink that. Doing good today, people. How long have I been jabbering at you guys? I don't even know, because I stopped the video. Hopefully you like this idea, and I'm sorry if it seems very complicated. It's actually not that bad. You just got to be thinking about it. It's not like origami or anything. Which totally gets me in a twist, but anyway, that's another story for another day. I don't have any other tags cut out, so I'll have to cut some out. But let's see, what else do we want to do? We're going to add some other bits. I need to grab some other tags. Hold on. Okay, so you can see I shrunk these down. I just thought it would be fun to have them littler. I wonder if one of those other tags would fit. Probably not. I have some journaling cards, but I think they're too big for that side pocket. I'll have to check. Sorry, I know it's real boring to watch me cut these, but okay. I'm not worried about inking those. I'll do that on my own. So that one's going to go in there. And what are we going to put sideways? I think these are too big. Maybe not. We'll try it. This one's just thin. So I'll have to back it. We could trim them down a little more. Thanks for saying you wanted to see this one, Heidi. I do like these. It's a little bit weird because there's almost like two. Yeah, if I just trim it a little, two. But it's fine. At least you know it's a pocket. Book page. Just glue it on there, and then we'll trim it down. You could do one with all, like, maybe different shades of book page. Would be very cool, too. I mean, you could just do all sorts of cool things with that design. And like I said, if you just glue 3 sides or whatever, you're going to have a pocket. So, it's not too hard to make it happen. You could even do a whole journal page, and I've done that before, where you make the whole journal page just all a bunch of different pockets, and that's also fun to do. This will have to be backed, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. And the glue did not stick there. And you could add a stamp on here. I mean, we could decorate this up, and we will, but I just want to get all of this done first. So what I'm going to do here is put some little bits of other paper. And I know I always get the standard question of, why'd you use that if you're just going to cover it all up? But you can still see some of it on the inside, and I don't know is the answer to that. It just happens. It just happens. I'm actually kind of close to this. Just for more junkiness, I guess you could call it, on this. I don't think I need quite this much. So you could add other paints. You could do some mark making if you wanted to. And then I have this, which I was going to put on there. So I have just fabric, lace. This is a bit of that fabric washi, some threads. I have this weird tack kind of button. It you poke it in, hopefully, if you can. It's supposed to go through paper, but you can see all the little teeth coming through. And I got these 100 years ago for scrapbooking, so I have no idea if you can still get them. And I don't even know what they're called. But anyway, I'm going to try to use my scissor handle. It's better if you use like a hammer or something, but the little teeth will bend in or back or whatever direction, just so they get flat, basically, is what you want. They really aren't hard to bend, luckily. Just so it holds on. And these I'm going to glue on the other two little buttons. Oh, there it is. So we'll glue this on first down here. Where's my tacky glue? Oh, brother. Okay. Hopefully there's something in this one that's not entirely dried out. Ah! That's too dried out. Hold on just a second. All right, I had to get my new one out. I must have used up the other one, and I don't know what I did with it, so anyway. Yeah, and it's new, so it's coming out like a gusher because it sits upside down in my cup. Oh, I forgot to put the thread underneath. I want some threads underneath here. That is the one awesome thing about tacky glue, and I know a lot of people don't like it. It's to each his own. You have a minute to play with it. It's very good about that. And I've never had a problem with it sticking. So I like it. But glue is very personal. Don't ever tell somebody they're using the wrong glue, because it's bad. They will get angry with you. Don't do it. Let's use this. We're going to back her because this is like the same color background. So I'm just going to tear a piece of this. I know you guys are probably real sick of me by now, but anyway, I'm trying. This was probably better for a day when this was all I did, but here we are. So what are you gonna do? up a little higher. And this is Joy Cardmaker's Victorian Lady Portraits. I'm going to put her a little bit like that. Just, you know, bits and pieces you might find in an attic. And then you can write on this part. I am going to ink it a bit because I like gesso inked. I think it looks cool. But you don't have to. You can leave it all nice and white. And I'm going to add one more pocket, I think. What did I do with it? Oh, Lordy. I'm a mess today. I have too many things here. That's what the problem is. There it is. I want to add this pocket and tag. This is the long skinny tag that goes with that. Gotta put a thumb notch in it. I might put it on the other side actually. I don't know why it feels like it is telling me to put it over here, so. Glue on 3 sides, and then if you want to, you can back that, or, you know, to glue it onto a page if you're going to add another pocket behind here. But this one, I think I would probably just glue it full on onto a journal page. Just because this is so kind of fragile. But I could definitely back it, and then I wouldn't have that problem. But I don't want to. I'm just going to glue that little bit right on there. So it's a little stronger. Because it's just, this one is on just copy paper, because somehow I managed to get the wrong paper in the printer. Good at that. It's a mess. It's a mess, everyone. It's a mess. Messy pockets create messes. I think it'd be fun to stitch around that pocket. So it looks, you know, like it's stitched on there. I know this is a very kooky mixed media, but it is mixed media. There's no doubt about it. So basically, as long as you're, like, if you use paper and fabric, paper and paint, you know, you're using different media is what it is. So however you want to interpret that is fine and dandy with me. Paper that's ripply is a little difficult, so that will go in there. And then you could decorate it further and all of those things. But for now, that is what I'm going to do. So we have tea, and we have mixed media with gesso and paint and tape and fabric and paper. And I am going to stitch, I want to stitch around this pocket. I just think that would look cool. And you can still write there. So yeah, very fun. I do like doing these. Thank you, Heidi, for the request. And as always, I thank you guys for joining me and all your kind comments and support. I appreciate you very, very much. So I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and we will chat again soon. Love you. Bye.